Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today's episode is on Goddess teachings. In this episode, we will focus on some of the main teachings that I would like for you to start integrating. Because if you're here, you're knowing and feeling your calling to your inner goddess embodiment. Because you already are that divinity. You already are that light on the inside. And this now wants to be expressed through you, especially as we are ascending, especially if you are focused on your ascension, especially now that we are set in this new earth paradigm. So exciting. Hello, my sweet sister. I hope you are well. It's 3 weeks to Christmas, my favorite holiday. So let's go ahead and let's meet in the breath. Go ahead and focus onto the breath. Slow that breath down. You control the breath. When you control your breath, you control your mind. When you control your breath, you control your energy. When you control your breath, you control your vibration. It's all based on the breath. Nice, deep, slow, conscious, controlled in and exhales. And keep your eyes open. We're wanting to always adjust the breath to the doing. Now, before we jump in, I would like for you to know that one of my first teachers, she was the one that initiated me into goddess work. She is still one of my teachers and my healer. And it was through her that I was embodied by Mother Goddess. And that doesn't mean that Mother Goddess can only work through me. Mother Goddess is multi-dimensional, multifaceted. She is the oneness, and she is also here to work through you, right? So again, this doesn't mean that a foreign entity moves into you. It is the consciousness. It is the consciousness that you already are in the highest places of your soul, in that pure light, that oneness consciousness that you already are. Because remember, this body, this incarnation is just a tiny fraction to the true size of who you really are. And in the highest parts of your soul, you are one. You are one. You are source. You are oneness consciousness. You are all that is. And so as we are ascending and as we are now in this new earth paradigm, we're here to express this consciousness. We are now here to express this divinity, because new earth is 5D and up. 5D and above. There is no limit to how much light, how much frequency we can embody any longer in the new earth. There is no lid on that possibility. So that being said, so my teacher, she said to me, as I was asked by Mother Goddess if I would want to be of service to the goddess, and I said yes. And so after this session, after this time, my teacher looked at me and she said, Britta, always remember, every woman is a goddess on the inside. Not every woman is perhaps ready to embody her goddess, to be the expression, to be the vessel, to be the instrument for the goddess. But every woman is this in her essence, in her innermost self. And so even if you feel that there are days when you don't feel like a goddess, when you don't feel well, or you're unhappy, or you're being triggered, perhaps things are happening in your life, that is still normal, right? It's a normal part of this progression because you are still transforming the illusion. You are still transforming your ego. You're still transforming old patterns and habits and beliefs. And you're still transforming and healing your wounding and your trauma. And you're having to process so much at this time. So know that as long as you're focused onto your healing, as long as you're aware of that, yes, you are here to be this light. Yes, you are here to work with this new earth paradigm. That's all that matters. See, what my teacher meant was that every woman is a goddess inside, yes. But some women are very much in their masculine energy. Some women are very much in their ego. Some women are very much in darkness, right? Some women are very much disconnected from their light. And so they, even though the ego might want to say, I'm a goddess, you better treat me like a goddess, right? See, that is ego. So just because that potential rests within every single one of us, it doesn't mean it can be claimed just like that. It doesn't mean it can be embodied just like that. Mother Goddess will not embody a female that is still in her ego, that is committed to darkness or unwilling to heal, right? And so that's okay. Everybody in their own timing, everybody in their own way. That's all part of the higher orchestration. So, but you being here, you even watching this, and even at this point of this video, if you're still here, then yes, you are ready to really begin to work with these goddess teachings. And remember, it's okay that you still have days where you feel so not goddessy and you still feel so weighed down or burdened by life or this illusion reality. And that is okay too, right? That's okay. This is when you give yourself grace. This is when you give yourself rest. This is when you give yourself that compassion, that love, that care. Don't think, breathe, and feel. We're still purging. We're still processing through so much, so much. But it never means you're not evolving into more and more and more of your goddess embodiment. So again, the mind often likes to tell us lies. It's the ego, right? It's the old belief patterns that we have to identify and not engage and indulge any longer. So if your brain wants to tell you, if your thoughts want to tell you that, oh, it's never going to happen, and I'm not a goddess, and I can't do it, and look at me and look at my life, and that's not okay, right? So if whatever it might want to say to you, everybody's got their own storytellers. In those moments, you really need to then take charge, right? And say to yourself, okay, this is not a good time to think, right? When we're not feeling well, no good thought will come of it. Whenever you're not feeling well mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, don't think. No good thought will come of it. No solution will come. No clarity will come. No positive creation will unfold. Whenever you're not feeling well, this is the time to breathe and feel, not to think. Breathe and feel. Allow yourself to process. Allow yourself to purge. Allow yourself to really be with that aspect of yourself. which is the human body, which is the fact that you are not just ascending this form. Remember, you are ascending all lifetimes. You are ascending your entire soul. How many lifetimes have you had? Hundreds, thousands? They're all being cleared through this body, through this temple. It takes time. Stay in the breath. Surrender into the process and trust your timing. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and let's dive right into the first teaching. And so again, wherever you are at on your journey, wherever you're at in terms of responsibilities of your life, you've got to understand that and learn to build this all into what already exists within your life. I'll dive deeper into it. So the first teaching is that Goddess always serves the divine. Goddess is of service to the divine. I am of service to the divine. I don't have my own agenda, right? I am devoted to the goddess. I am here to serve the light. And so this might look different for different goddesses. Remember, we all have different powers. We all have different purposes for incarnating. We all have different abilities. And more importantly, still, is that you have to allow yourself to accept the fact that you are multifaceted, you're multidimensional. So, for example, you serving the divine source, the light, however you like to refer to it. It means really, in essence, that you are here to do good. See, we're in the age of Aquarius, and this is the time of the goddess. This is when goddess comes to earth through the females, and goddess comes when healing is necessary, when transformation is happening. Goddess is always the transformational player to huge paradigm shifts, which that is what we're seeing right now. And it's a process. Nothing is going to happen overnight. So you serving the light, the divine source. This can happen, again, in your specific way. So let's say you're a mom. Let's say you're a stay-at-home mom. Then right now, this is how you are serving your light, your divine. You are now, and motherhood really is the biggest responsibility, the biggest job on earth, to not only create and birth new humans, souls coming in through you, but to raise them and to marinate them in love, but also to live by example and show them and teach them and be with them, right? It's a huge job. Huge job. So that is serving the divine. Or maybe you're working at the post office. So post office, how can you serve the divine? By you being a light. You smiling at people, you being kind to people. See, goddess is always kind. She's very strong, incredibly strong and powerful because she's in her light, right? You are in your light. But goddess is never, ever, ever in ego. She doesn't compete and she doesn't compare with other sisters. And therefore, you being in this awareness of yourself that yes, you're serving the divine. And yes, you're going to be of service as to wherever you will be placed. And right now it might be in this current job, and maybe you're not even liking this job anymore and you're wanting to get out of this job. But for the time that you are there, you are your light. So this extends no matter where you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, you staying in your center, you staying in your open heart, you staying in your grounding, you staying in your awareness of that, yes, you are serving the light, means you're kind, you don't engage into ego battles, you are just there in yourself, being kind, being supportive, right? And just by you being in that awareness, you radiate light. See, vibration travels and you're holding a frequency. And this is what will affect people that come into your surroundings, that come into your space or close to you, just by you being in that awareness. It will already ripple outward. You don't have to think about it. It just happens. Also, Goddess, when you're of service, you will be placed into different positions throughout the time of your life. You're not going to just stay here and be stuck there. No, the second you commit yourself to the service for the light, to the divine, you will be used, right, as that instrument to be of service wherever you are needed. So yes, absolutely, there's going to be continuous growth, continuous evolution and change. And so therefore, always stay humble, for you are made of earth, right? Remember, you're still in this body, you're still purging, you're still clearing out the old patterns and the old pains, and always stay noble. For you are made of stars, for you are made of the light, for you are here to help this ascension process. And Goddess serves the light by helping those who cannot help themselves, right? So whether it's actively or inactively, you are here to help those that are voiceless, those that are hopeless, and those that are helpless. We are here to help the voiceless, the hopeless, and the helpless. And if you are still in a time in your life and on your journey where you are assisting just by being home or by being in a job, again, remember, this is very important. This is why I'm repeating it. Just by you knowing that this is what you are here to do, feeling the call, feeling this as it resonates for you, right? Maybe you're making art, maybe you're creating art, because vibration, the vibration that you put into your art, that will vibrate into people's homes. One of my clients, she's in Switzerland and she's an artist and she's so high vibrational, right? She really, really focuses and she channels her art, right? Through the feminine energy, just allows herself to flow with it. And this is actually how she advertises it. You know, it's high vibrational and people purchase her art and hang it up. And she has testimonies from people that say, having this piece of art in her home has made such a huge difference to this person, right? They feel the vibration. It has brought lightness. It has brought healing into the home. So no matter where you are at on your journey, you don't have to have this grand big mission. Just by you being, Just by you existing, that is already your mission. Just by you staying in commitment to your light and understanding the purpose of that, that's already you being of service. Because remember, in the end, it's not really about the doings. It's about you being. It's about your presence. It's about your light and how committed you are to yourself. Good. Serving the divine. Yes, we're here to serve the divine, and that is the birthing of the new earth, right? Because more and more and more women are now stepping into their sacredness, into their divinity. Good. Remember, we're all snowflakes. None of us are the same or are here to do the same things. We might overlap and support each other, but in the end, every single one of us is separate and different and unique and placed exactly where we are of best service. The next teaching is that Goddess always chooses herself. And so I did a video yesterday, and it was about decentering, right? It was about decentering men, work, money, family, friends. And I had a lot of comments because, you know, like it's triggering, which is good. It's good. It's supposed to be. This does not mean we separate or disconnect from others. No, relationships are what we have come here to be and do life through, right? Relationships are everything. But you translating this teaching into yourself and into your life, you have to always put yourself first, always. And this means not being selfish. It doesn't mean you being, you know, egotistically self-centered. It doesn't mean you not caring about others. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that you fill your own cup first. Your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship. And this, of course, goes hand in hand with you serving the divine and your relationship being to yourself as the divine, right? So this is where this blends. The first teaching and the second teaching are blending right here. You're serving the divine, and you're also owning and deepening and adjusting vibrationally to holding more and more and more light. And as you do, you own and become more and more and more of your divine light. And this is really what this is all about. See, decentering really means you are not attached and hung up on the external. Remember, this is just an illusion. All of this is an illusion. It's not even real. It's a school format made up of energy. Science has been proving this for decades. This is just a shift in consciousness. The second we leave this body, we wake up and we go, oh, that was so real. It's the dream. We're the dreamers in the dream, right? Remember, this is just an illusion. So to decenter the illusion is of course you have to decenter the illusion. You as the goddess, you as that embodiment, as this presence, of course you have to decenter distractions, attachments, ego, delusion. And you center around your intuition, your guidance, your own light, your clarity, your peace, your wisdom. That is what is you being of service most and foremost. Forget about having to do, forget about having to rescue, forget about having to be active in the world, forget about having to be a light worker, forget about having to be a healer, forget about having to be anybody other than you. You being in such deep commitment to yourself, and that's a full-time job. That's a full-time job to make yourself your priority. And again, not in the ego way, but in the divine way. You have to make sure your inner peace is maintained. You have to make sure your cup is full, because you as a goddess only can give from an overflowing cup. You have to make sure that by you staying in honoring dynamics within all relationships, you are maintaining your worth. You are maintaining your high vibration. You are maintaining yourself as the divine. And so for you to make sure that your nervous system is regulated, meaning you are at peace, you making sure you're clear of mind so you can even feel and hear your intuition. You making sure you are in your feminine energy at all times. So your heart is open, so you're flowing with the divine, you're in connection with the divine, you are staying so centered and grounded in yourself. That has to be top priority for the rest of your life. Yes. And so this is something that you have to commit to first. Don't even wait or expect for others to get that. So let's say you're married, for example, right? So your husband might not really understand what it is that she's up to now, right? But that's okay. The more that you are being in commitment to yourself, making sure you feel right with what's happening, you feel good about what's going on, staying in your guidance, staying in your clarity, staying in your breath, staying in your feminine energy, staying in your flow, staying in your center. And from here, you know, men are very intuitive. Men are very intuitive. And men are designed to be connected to their divine feminines in that way. So when you own it, when you're in it, when you're being it, he'll get it. He'll respond. He'll feel it. He'll notice it. He'll love it. They love it. This is the depth of the soul blueprint activation. So don't be big on proclaiming and explaining, and don't do that. That's mansplaining. Leave that to the men. You stay in your sacredness. And it doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean you can, of course, God is a super playful, always, right? But it also means that you're holding yourself to that first and foremost, and you have to keep paying attention to what feels good and right and what doesn't. And this will take some adjustment as you fine-tune your relationship with yourself as the divine in relation to life, in relation to friends, in relation to gatherings, in relation to responsibilities, right? You will begin to find a rhythm, you will begin to find a flow with yourself where you'll just know, right? It's this knowing, it's the deep essence of your divine feminine essence. It's the knowing, it's the wisdom that comes through you. And if you're in your feminine energy, it just comes, right? And also make sure that you really keep healing, you keep going deeper, because as you heal, you'll sharpen your sensory, but also your ability to stay in your feminine energy. And in the end, so you'll get better and better and better at always staying in the feminine energy, even if you use masculine, right? So I can use my masculine energy, and I love using my masculine energy, but it's a second, it's a moment, boom, right back in my feminine, right? And so that's a skill, that's an ability that sharpens and becomes much more available to you through healing. Right? We heal out of the patterns, out of the masculine, out of the trauma, out of the wounding, out of the beliefs. We heal out of the constructs of the illusion. We heal out of it into our feminine energy, into our divine essence, true self, right? It's only through healing that we can really settle within this true self. And this goes back to that example that I was giving earlier on in the beginning of the episode, where I said that, you know, every woman is a goddess, but if she's still very wounded and in her ego, right, she can intellectually know she is a goddess, right? And a lot of women out there right now are like, I'm a goddess. I'm a goddess. Oh, well, he'll better treat me this way, and he'll better do this and this and this and this because I'm a goddess. And girl, you're a goddess. Girl, you're a goddess. That is all illusion. Okay. That is all ego chatter. And not only is all of that noise, right? It's just superficial noise. It doesn't really allow those women to actually stay in their feminine energy. They may have moments of being in their feminine energy, right? They may have moments of having intuition. They may have moments of having clarity and open-hearted connectivity, but it's impossible to hold it when there is so much ego and unhealed energies and patterns still present, right? So it's very important to stay patient with yourself, to stay patient with this process with yourself. And gosh, I have so many more teachings on my list, but time is already up. So we'll do many more follow-up series on this. But this is really very, foundational to really work with and build into your day, build into your life. No matter how boring or dull or unfulfilling your life may be, right? And so again, maybe you're feeling fantastic and you're already doing your healing work, right? Wherever you are at, this is not a competition. Remember, Goddess never competes or compares with other sisters. We are all here on our own path with our own purpose in our own timing. So relax. Relax into yourself. Trust your soul. Trust your light. Trust your unfolding. Don't look around. Don't see what everybody else is doing. Stay true to yourself and stay committed. Stay committed to you being of service to the divine, to the light, to spirit. And you are here to embody your divinity, your goddess, your light more and more and more fully as you keep healing, as you keep releasing and letting go of the attachments to the external. Decenter. As soon as you are obsessing or overthinking or needing something from somebody, otherwise you can't be happy, you're attaching, right? And this doesn't mean you're not tending to each other's needs in a healthy relationship. Very separate. very separate, because you care for each other, right? You want to be in that give and take. You want to be in that beautiful dance of seeing each other happy and thriving. But what I'm referring to again is this decentering of the illusion, decentering of anything that you attach to, right? Remember, attachments, you need to let go of them. Needing to control, gotta let go of that. And to keep coming back into yourself, keep centering yourself. If you're overthinking, let go of that. Keep coming back into your center. If you're getting anxious and you feel like you need to do, keep coming back into your center. Keep coming back into your breath. Keep coming back into your feminine energy. Keep coming back into your flow. It's a big practice. It's a big practice. These 2 points, these 2 teachings might take you years. Well, it's a lifetime, really. But it goes deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and it will show up in different areas of your life. Right? This is not an overnight thing. This is not a quick fix. This is you owning the fact that you are committing yourself to being of service and continuing to center yourself around yourself, to continue to fill your own cup first, to continue to make sure you deepen your relationship with yourself, with your light, with your divinity. And the more you do, the stronger you become, the clearer you become, the more powerful you become. The more you see, the more you know, the more you feel, and you'll actually begin to feel like a goddess. More and more and more and more, and it'll embody more and more and more and more. Good. Practice. Bring it into the day. Make the mundane holy, right? It's all about you making the mundane holy. Bring it into every moment of your life. Goddess feels deeply. Goddess feels all of the emotions, but she doesn't act them out. Processing doesn't mean you act it out. Processing doesn't mean you indulge it with, negative thinking or negative speaking or negative behavior. No, you breathe and you feel. You are emotionally caretaking of yourself. You process your emotions, which will strengthen you even more. Good. Well, stay in the breath. As always, I am so grateful for you and your energy and your presence here on this platform. And I am so grateful for your light onto this planet. And as always, I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. Ciao.